the mini RPG of the week. My name is Quantum Deathcat here with Orion. We are on the 5th episode of Season 2. How are you, my friend?
Doing very well, thank you. Yep, Season 2 is fully in the swing of things now. 5 weeks into this out of, I think it's, must be 25, surely, I think that we had for Season 1. So a fifth of the way through the season after tonight already.
Yeah, 1/5. Hey, the week passed by fast. Huh? Just week 1 was a month ago, really? It felt like yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, time flies so fast now. Oh, well, Orion, we've got ourselves quite the doozy here, I think. Oh, do I have the wrong microphone? That is possibly very detrimental. Give me a moment. I will fix that.
Are we getting webcam mic? Yeah, I might be getting webcam mic there. So while Quantum fixes microphone, I will talk about today's map. Mapper is Australex, and he's continuing his full series. So we've had full morning, and this is full afternoon. I can only assume that at some point we'll be getting full evening, full night, maybe full midnight as well. And then like full 3 a.m. where you get out of bed, use the toilet, and you go back to sleep. So excited to see the rest of the series, but we are on the second edition now. And I guess we can start talking about the map that we're going to be playing today, Quantum. Uh-oh. My friend is frozen. Alright, I guess I will talk about the map then. First impressions, I don't want to obviously spoil too much. A lot of ice is what this looks like, and reading through the description of the map, it reads more like a Wampus checkpoint than a mini RPG track. And they do usually, when we get descriptions, or if I'm playing the map, for example, the first run, you look at it and go, how on earth am I going to be able to complete this? Especially for the lower skilled players, me. But after a while, you do kind of get into a rhythm with it, and it is okay. But yeah, the one thing I'm reading in this track description, I guess I'll do a mini spoiler, is an ice sphere. That's going to be interesting.
Now, we've had plenty of tough tracks this second season here. A lot of tracks where you could be a second off and you could still win the round, and that is quite impressive. The last two maps especially, where you could be 2-3 seconds off the pace on most runs and be absolutely fine. And then for the bottom, right, let's say in the first round, you could be a minute behind and still be in. So that's how hard the maps have been for this second season. And so heading into episode 5 here, Fall Afternoon by Alex. Let's see what this map is all about. You said a sphere. Well, let's see what it's all about here. We got 15 minutes.
15? I thought 15? We'd increase to 20. Does the producer want to fill me in on this? I thought we had increased the time to 20, but I could be wrong. We do have 55 players, most of them just chilling in the pool here. It's the right time. Okay, yep. 15 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, so it's just perfectly fine as is. And I mean, normally we had 25 minutes actually for the last two maps, if I recall correctly. But those were extremely long maps, right? Not shorter maps such as this one. This one's expected to be a wee bit shorter than the others. To be fair, the last week we had a 1 minute 30 time as the best times for last week, right? No, 1 minute 26 if I recall correctly. Actually, I mean by Yannick's actually. So hopefully
the mapper has said for this map a good time is going to be a 1:05. I will go through the map now, as we're not seeing too many players driving yet, just a couple on the GPS. Mainly the biggest challenges of this map. Mapper says the first bobsleigh trick could be hard to drive if you don't have, he's put good input, so I assume if you're not on the right line, then you are not going to be able to make that turn very well. It seems that this quarter pipe jump is catching a couple of people out. Looks like you need to go a lot higher than it actually seems, as we see Black Pulse just about getting the right line there. And then there is also this ice sphere, which I am yet to see yet, which has another bobsleigh in it, so hopefully we'll get a glimpse of that in a second.
Is this a speed? Is this a speed check? It is. Oh gosh, that is toughy. And let's see if, what this ice sphere is. Oh,
there she is in all her glory.
I love it. Listen, I'm Canadian. I love ice. This is my jam. This is what I'm into. Actually, ice isn't jammy at all. This is my butter. There you go. Because ice melts
Bread
just
and
like
butter.
Yeah, exactly.
That is pretty wicked. It doesn't seem random, that angle, that if you watch the Black Pulse going for it, but it doesn't seem very precise either. And then you're straight into a water bounce afterwards. So I imagine that driving this, you have no idea which way is up. It might be Force Cam 3 maybe, and we're just not seeing it, but it doesn't look that way.
No, if it was Force Cam 3, we'd see it.
Okay.
We would transition into Cam 3. So I guess that's nice about a map like this, that it isn't forcing your camera. You could change it, but why would you change it to Cam 3? Especially in this sense, as Walton shows us how it's done properly.
There you go. To do it.
Yeah, and now with all the speed, doesn't clip whatsoever. And then one last little slide, and then up a water slide.
I don't even think we're close to being finished. He's 45 seconds in, and a good time here is a 105. So you've done all that, and let's see how the track finishes. So you've got to jump here onto that looks like black platform with another quarter pipe jump, and that one doesn't look to be too smooth either. Onto a booster, risky finish. I haven't seen this just yet. Your icy water tires, absolutely no grip at all on the ice. Where on earth is he going? Where on earth is the finish? Is the better question. Oh, it's a dirt bug slidey thingy doodah. And then into ice slide, into finish. Man, this map is difficult.
And if you go straight, there is a slow-mo block. And on top of that, that's a speed check. No way people are going to go for this in the end, right? No way this is actually faster.
I think it's faster.
No, it is faster, but crashing it once is not worth... Like, even that's not... Even if you clip that and slowly go in, going up might just be faster.
Yeah, I mean, going up is definitely safer. That is the purpose of the safe finish, and it looked like such a struggle there. It looks like you almost need to get a perfect bug slide on that dirt as we watch the GPS here. So this should be how it's done. We should see about 105 here, I reckon. First wall ride onto the ice, nice and clean. Goes very high for the quarter pipe, and a little bit of air steering as well, just to get the angle right. First speed check here into the second speed check. Jumps nice and low onto the grass. Here's the second one. Takes that one pretty low, actually. We saw a couple of people trying to go high. Nice and low for the water bounce as well. Maintains the speed and gets that grip back. So much speeder, actually, compared to what we saw a minute ago. It's the reactor boost up and over. On to another ramp. That's a pretty blind quarter pipe jump there as well. And then finally, this finish, jumping onto the black platform. Round to the right-hand side. I forgot about this quarter pipe jump, which doesn't look too smooth either. He barely makes it with the GPS time. Onto this weird thing. I don't even know how to describe that. Ice, dirt, big bug slide, ice slide. Up to that right-hand finish. So it seems like you want to maintain that ice slide for a bit longer just to get the right amount of speed. But, man, this looks like probably one of the most difficult maps that I've ever seen for this tournament.
And, ooh... There you go. Someone's finally figured out a decent line. Maybe 2-3 mistakes there by Liker. 119 for him. And obviously we're already nearly halfway through this little qualifying session here. And the people still have not had a clean lap. And obviously that's what we've come to expect here for the mini RPG of the week. Getting a very, very clean lap early on is going to be very, very hard. But because this is 15 minutes rather than 25, I think that this is going to be very Keck W at the start. And even by the end, I don't know if it's going to be a regular author time that these players are going to be doing at the finish here.
No, I really don't see it panning out that way. I think it speaks volumes, really, that nobody yet has really got a clean lap in. We've got a 1:13 on the board from Nalax, but that might even be with a respawn, because Mapper saying 1:05 is a good time. I
mean,
think
we
the
saw
difficulty...
we saw the GPS too, right? That's a
Yeah.
104.
That was 1:04. Okay, yeah. So I wonder how long it took him to hunt that as well. Like, yeah, I'm
More
just
than 15 minutes, I'm sure.
I'm just amazed by the difficulty, and I think that everyone, even the top players that we see, are going to struggle. And I still feel like a top player is going to win, but I feel like we're going to see a lot of players that are usually coming top 10 could just dip out almost straight away, just because of if everyone is inconsistent, then it's more of a lottery.
This actually looks different than on the GPS. Could the new ice physics have changed anything, or was this map completed
I'm not sure.
after the ice physics? Because if the ice physics got changed, right, after this map was conceived, right, I don't know if, because I've not seen anyone been able to get that ending properly, right? Like to get it down pat. No one's gotten it. A few players, right, such as Nalax and Liker, have gotten. What is Black Pulse trying to do here? Turn around. There you go. Turn around. That's what he's trying to do. He could not turn around.
Yeah, that was a 5-point turn there. Not sure that is the fastest strategy, but I think that he's probably got bigger issues to deal with, as have the rest of the players. But yeah, like you said, it does seem odd that the players are not able to survive that final speed check.
Well, not just not survive it, but I've not seen anyone finish it, right? Not finish the risky. There's a 110 by Nalax, but that's still at least one, possibly even two resets.
Yeah, I think he's probably the most consistent so far. I mean, top 5 is 10 seconds back. If we want to go top 15, we're looking at a full 36 seconds back. So some people probably still struggling to even complete the map. At this point, you know, we've been going for 10 minutes here and we still haven't seen maybe 1 or 2 people complete. We've got Worker as well, TMGLC player, even he's struggling a little bit, can't get the speed for it. And I think I'm almost agreeing with you that the ice physics just don't look right, do they?
No, they don't. Another 113 by Walchin here, but it's just something seems off here, because Worker's at 270. If I recall, the GPS was at 260, so they're actually faster heading into this, and faster should be faster, right? That's how Trackmania works most of the time.
Yeah. That's throwing me. I think everyone is going to have to go safe finish, realistically. I can't see anyone going for this in rounds. Like, Worker, we've seen him respawn about 10 times now. Looks like he's got the speed for it, but just cannot make that jump.
Yeah. And same with Liker, same with Walgen, right? That those players, Inus, who doesn't even have a 110 yet, he's still in the 130s. Man, these players who are normally very good vets at this game, who know how to drive a map properly, right? After about 10 minutes, you could at least get the gold, right? Well, they can't even get the gold at this point. I don't think anyone's gotten the gold medal.
Yeah, we've seen another player get up into the 110s. That's BMX, so you might have got that finish first time as well. We are on board with Yogg, who has not quite picked up the reactor boost. There it is, and he should be on his merry way over the top of this jump. 4 minutes left now, and we've still really only got 3 representative lap times. That's 1 from Mean. But I feel like the lap times here are just coming from players that are actually able to get into that finish. I'm sure that a lot of players now are driving the majority of the map consistently and then just get to that final speed check and don't make it.
Yeah, it does feel like that, right? Because you could see, like, even Yogg here, that one mistake that he made at the turnaround where the reactor boost was, I mean, everything was solid from that point on up until this checkpoint here, which he's trying to touch. And the water really should be pushing him. Trackmania, please fix. And you can see, look at this, it's not that slow, right? So if you got to reset once, right, I think that you need to go for the safe finish. I think safe finish is what everyone's going to be doing, because that is way too tough otherwise. I think the risky finish is just a little bit too risky. Or maybe even not possible. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we only have 3 minutes left, and only Maine has been able to get himself up into the sub-110s. We're looking at Leica right now. Perfect lap from him. So far, so good. But he's going to go a little bit wide, and so reset his lap. I cursed that one. And I made him throw that one away. I'm such a good person, guys. I've cursed so many people recently, actually, now that I think about it. Hello, Carlberg. Yeah, this map looks really good, but it also looks really hard. With only 15 minutes to learn it, too. I think a lot of top competitors, right? Your Enos, your Tunix, and other players like that might not be consistent enough. And might have some errors coming in, though it'll be very, very tough, I think, to go out round one. I think you need to be, like, solid 20, 25 seconds behind to really be out round one. I don't think anyone of the big players are going to be out round one. We have 64 total players playing. So plenty of people can get it wrong. Still no 110. And Heath can't even get a 125. Oh no, he got a 119. He's got a 119. Oh, man, he's got overspeed too. Nearing into the 280s. He's getting it far. Ah, you need to go further. That's how you get it. It's still inconsistent for poor Heave. You can still join, but there's about 2 minutes left before we go live into rounds. This is edition 5 of season 2. This, I think, is the 30th edition of the mini RPG of the week. So it's been going on for a solid half year now, thanks to Zeta8. He's been doing a good job at setting these up every week. If you want to join, you can join. Maybe you can join in next week. A lot of streamers play, right? You have Amaterasu, Lars, Luckers Turbo often playing, right? Plenty of other streamers as well who do play from time to time. I think I've seen a couple of tech players and just well-known players such as Heave here. Worker's also playing in this one. Let's see other players here. Yeah, Worker, 106. There you go. Good time from Worker. Heave, gonna clip into that checkpoint. He's got just enough time to finish here. Let's see if he can grab himself a nice time before we go into rounds. He's looking on a solid one. But he's gonna need to one-shot the ending to really pass Worker's time, and that's if he even can. 58 seconds left here. That 180, ooh, a little bit too much overcompensating. He slowed down too much. No 105 or 106 for him. And not enough speed either. You can see it here. He's in the 220s, 240s by the time he hits the dirt. No, not enough speed. So the good luck, have funs are in. No eliminations this round. And how much time do we have for the knockout clock is my question. So for the last 2 weeks, the knockout clock has been 1 minute. 1 minute. But last time around, we had 25-minute qualifying. So with 15-minute qualifying, I'm expecting a 40-second timeout clock here. Maybe even lower, down to 30 seconds. So let's see. We have Waljan, Zerar, Worker, and Yannick's here all in this fight. All 4 of these players showing off. They do have the speed. Yannick has not done a representative time so far. That was extremely fast. And Romain was also there as well. As we can see, a lot of these players are still struggling no matter what. As Black Pulse as well. 3 seconds behind Zerar and Worker. Both of whom have not made mistakes so far. And here, oh, there. Worker has made a mistake heading into that last section, and you can see how tough it is for all these players. Zerar, yeah, he's reset. He's not been able to one-shot the ending there. And so 112 will win that round, even though no eliminations there. 112 winning the round really is going to be, this one's going to be a rough one.
Yeah, I think so. I'm back, by the way. Hello.
Welcome back, Orion. How's your grocery shopping?
Yep, fashionably late, as always.
Of course.
I have noticed upon my return that Worker set a 106. Did we see that? Did we see that run? Was it a good run? Mean seems to have that ice slide down pretty well, by the way.
This is the no KO round, so honestly, it was done during warm-up, so we did not see it, no? But it's the only 106, and if you could see here, the winner of this round was Black Pulse, and
Yes.
only 2 players made it to the final 2 checkpoints without crashing, that being Zerar and Worker, and both failed. So, yeah, that's pretty much the story of this map, where it is tough all around and the ending is brutal.
Yeah, I think... I honestly think we will be seeing players go safe strat. I mean, even if the safe strat takes, I don't know, 5 seconds longer than the normal way, I don't think anyone is realistically going to get the safe way first try, as we already see a couple of respawns right at the start, so that is not going to help things, as that is arguably the easiest part of the map. But you did mention that DQ timer as well, or DNF timer. I'm thinking a minute is probably going to be about right, but I'm going to make a bold prediction in that we are going to see half the field eliminated in the first round.
Ooh, I don't think it's going to be that high, especially if the timer is that high, because it's not impossible, right? Obviously. Oh, look at that. See? You could go really high and overshoot it even. You could overshoot it as well. And undershoot it. There you go. There you
He's
go.
having an absolute mare. Oh, man.
There is no light where he's going, only darkness. So, poor light's dark. His light is very, very dark at the moment.
Yeah.
Full risk or DNF? Okay, Marina. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah. No,
Let's
that's the
go.
worst part. He's just barely, right? He's 58. All he needs to do is overtake one person. And he's into the green, right? Well, green. He's into the yellow.
Wicked. Look at that. Oh, he doesn't make it. Never mind. Yeah, this is...
A lot of French people. Not surprising. Zetarate is French, after all.
Yeah, and so is Trackmania.
True. Well, not Trackmania itself, right? But the developers, us.
I would argue that Trackmania is French, and that's coming from a Brit.
I mean, technically, because don't forget Ubisoft, right? Is that French? I think it is a French company, isn't it? Actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, but you know, it's,
Wait, how many people are in 19? 19. Oh my word, that's the most I've ever seen. That is the most I've ever seen by a mile. Nalax as well.
Yeah.
Nalax out. Wow.
It's a lot of players, man.
This could genuinely be like 4 rounds long. If we lose 19 players every round, we'll be done in 10 minutes.
I mean, I'm sure we're only going to lose like 6 in this round. I don't think we're going to lose more
10.
than that.
10.
10 on round 2?
I think 10.
With a I think we weeded out all the players that couldn't finish, right? I think most of these players are going to be able to finish, right? I think only 2 players are going to be unable to, like, really finish. Like, they're going to be far away from the finish. And one of those players is Worker.
I know.
I don't know if you
was
see him.
just about to say, you're talking about weeding out the players, but then we see Worker in the red in 43rd. And he's currently got the best time of 106. Admittedly, he has started making his way back up into those white places, and hopefully has a consistent second half. But that just shows that the map can catch you out at any given moment, at any given point, like that.
I didn't even know that was possible. Oh, okay, that's the safe strat. Okay, thank you, Maxime. Very nice of you to show us that. But look at this, 30 seconds behind, and it is a 1 minute clock at the end here. So, as long as you, like, look at this. Like, some players are behind, right? But, like, doable behind.
Yeah. Yeah, 41st is currently 30 seconds behind with 36 left to finish. So it's gonna be tight. We're currently looking at 6 players out. I predicted 10. They have to go for the safe strat here, really. Let's see how slow the safe strat is. Do you know what? That's not even that bad. It's like 3 seconds.
And Manchmal Bollet, nope, he's out in 43rd. So 4 finishers in the end there. And Yoshi, Carrot Cake is the only one that's going to be out, and it might be because of lag. I mean, you saw that. He's rubber banding in the air.
Going back and forward very quickly. So, yeah, I was completely wrong with 10 players. It does seem like you were right that we have weeded out those that are unable to finish. And obviously, with every passing round and every respawn and whatever, you do start to learn the map more and hopefully become a little bit more consistent. But I think at this point, everyone is consistent-ish on the majority of the map. Yes, the bobsleigh parts are tricky, but the top players have learned that and are pretty consistent at that now. And I imagine most people will be going for the safe strat at the finish, just to make sure that they are making it in after driving the entire map.
Yeah, I think, honestly, this map is tough, right? I don't think we're going to see any 105s win any round. I'm not going to lie to you. I think that the 15 minutes was not enough for these players for this map specifically, right? I think a 20-minute timer would have been just perfect, but with the 15 minutes they do have this week, it's really made this harder in a sense, right? Now, we've already seen Nalax being out round 1, and we could weed out some other players here, right? Players that are not necessarily slow, but not necessarily the fastest, right? Like Comey here, it's a player that plays a lot, right? It's a player that we know a bit here on the mini RPG of the week. So if he's out round 3, that'd be a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, but we've also seen a couple of people that just failed to start, like Worker, for example. We saw him in those red places. You just mentioned Comey as well. But it does seem like where the map gets more difficult, they do start to shine a little bit more. Less respawns, getting things done first time. It almost feels more like a trial map than an RPG map, just because of the difficulty of all of the components of the map. So we see Pony going backwards the whole way. Maybe that seems faster than actually turning rounds.
Yes, that is faster than actually turning around. A lot faster. Even though you can't accelerate.
Yeah. Because you lose speed on the turnaround when you go onto the ice and the dirt. It's better just to hold reverse, I guess.
Well, Punks is out. Who else is out? Haru, Fit, and Ponyliz. Everyone out.
Yeah, and they're in the top 15.
Yep. So Worker still with the only 106. Last round, we saw 108 from Mean. 108.9. We saw a 109.9, and everything else was a 110 and above. So even just cracking a 110 will be more than enough to get you on the podium at this point in time.
Yeah, I think so. And I want to highlight Mean as well. You said he did a 108 there, and from spectating him a little bit earlier, he seems to be the most consistent at the finish. I can't imagine you'd be able to get a 108 with that safe finish. So yeah, I think he must be going for the risky with that ice slide speed check at the end that we've been talking so much about. As I'm seeing some sort of what is that?
There's a cut. That's a cut.
I mean,
that's a cut.
Yeah, but it's slower. It's slower.
What if you What if you took the reactor boost though before?
No, because you have to go round the reactor boost. So like, there's no.
Yeah, but you can take it back out. And then go through the...
Would you skip the reset there as well? Someone must have tried it, surely. We must just be chatting, right?
If you could skip... Is that what Galenium is trying... No, you can't.
No, that's a different part of the map.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There's many safe ways through this as well that seem a little bit faster, funny enough. The Safeways could be,
look at this battle.
Funnily enough, faster. As Shoko coming down here, he's gonna turn around. Yes, he will. And accelerate. Oh, he's gonna overtake. And will he have the last place available? Yes, he will.
Yeah. That was the battle I was highlighting. NTY there bonked right before the slow motion, so the slow climb uphill was made even slower and more painful, and I think he even lost 2 or 3 places there after being the last one to finish. So he will be dropping out, and now we are starting to get into the business end. I think we've only got about half the starting players. I think we started with, what, 50, 58? We're now at 34. So slowly chipping away as people get more consistent. Someone flies right out of the bobsleigh there. I think that is Noiser. So we see BMX, one of the more consistent players towards the back end of the field, but a lovely quarter pipe jump should get him closer towards that mid-pack.
I am loving what I'm seeing so far, though, right? And it's the inconsistency, but everyone's inconsistent at different parts. Yeah, I don't see anyone else really. As you said, right? It's probably slower to go for that skip, but if you... Because there's no, like... Oh, Yogg missed the checkpoint. Oh, Yogg missed the checkpoint. Oh, Yogg missed the checkpoint. Oh, yeah, but he's so slow now.
He's still 25th. He's still fine. He's got a bit of a cushion. He's what? Yeah, he's got 6 or so seconds. He should be fine.
But you know who doesn't have a cushion? That's Walchin. That'd be perfect from here on out if he wants to stay in.
Oh, that's a clip as well. Is he going to make the speed check? Only just. Oh, he's not going to make that one, though. You said it had to be clean, and it has not been clean at all. He's not going to make it. I don't think he has enough speed because of the clip from that reactor boost.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have the speed. He DNFs. Walchin's conceded.
Wow.
And who else are we going to get? Noiser. Noiser concedes as well, it seems. He was also pretty quick overall. And so let's see here. El Jojo seems to be the last player remaining that has yet to finish. Other than Noiser, but Noiser's just at the start. So, your time to shine here, buddy, and you are spinning like a Beyblade. Oh boy.
Oh, he's out
really
of it as
let
well.
it rip. Yeah.
Ironically,
a lot of pluses and minus plus.
Noiser finishing 31st despite not even driving that round. Absolute Giga Chad move, if you ask me.
100% deserved. 100% deserved, in my opinion.
See, the top times are looking a bit more consistent now. There's only 5 seconds between Work It in first and Subway in 15th on 1:11. A lot of 108s, 109s, 110s as well. So it is starting to become a little bit more consistent. I'm wondering at the front of the pack how many people now are getting consistent at that ending, because we were told a 105 was a good time. So I'm curious to know whether everyone is just going safe finish and is happy with like a 109, i.e. 4 seconds added to their potential best time, getting that risky finish first time, or if there are actually people going for the risky finish and a 105 is just an absolutely godly time.
By the way, that was a brainless take from me earlier on. That is not a reactor, that is a speed boost platform.
Speed boost.
So, where the skip is. So,
right.
So, yeah, no. There is no taking it, backing out, and then going the skip way.
Yeah,
However,
okay.
There is this reactor here, which pretty much is very weird for a lot of players, it seems like, right? And, of course, everyone's going for this little risky bit here, which is what was Walchin's downfall. But you could go to the right instead, and that just seems so much safer and, in a way, actually faster, because you have more speed out of the exit.
Yeah, you're landing earlier, and obviously then you've got more speed for the rest of the map. Is that a good thing, though? Do you need more speed, or are you straight into something else? I'm not sure I can remember after that little right turn after the drop down. As Black Pulse is out now. Another fast player that we saw, yeah. Jam, Natic, and Hostile as well. 26
you were on Hostile
players
for
remaining.
A bit there. And he just watched as the 2 players ahead of him finished just before him, like a second beforehand. It's tantalizingly close, isn't it?
Yeah, it is very close, and I think as we start to get into the top 15, I think that is where we will start seeing people maybe actually try and risk that finish, because you know, if you're in those bottom 4 places and you're going onto a slow-mo block behind someone, you're going to finish behind them. There is no way to get in front, so you might as well send it all and just try and risk that finish, although it seems like even the top players here only have a 20% consistency at it, 1 in 5, so it's a real lottery at the end.
Yannick was capable of doing a 106. He's finally been able to make one last round, I do believe. There you are, 106, but no 105s just yet. As Choco goes wide, he's gonna need to respawn. Oof. He's already in the red. That's not good for him overall. Just ahead of him is Maxime. Worker's also down bad, honestly. He's in 21st. Okay, he's overtaken Comey now, at least.
Yeah, Choco having a bad round. Wait, Comey with a respawn. He's going to need to make up some places here. Still in 23rd, and it's going to be a battle between him and Max. He does get the overtake now, though, on to the black platform. Should have a better line for the transition as well. Although Max maybe with a little bit more speed, but we'll see who goes for the risky finish. We are now looking at 23rd, though, so they both overtaken someone, so should make it in. Both going for the safe fin, and it looks like Otto, or Odd045, whatever you pronounce his name as, is going to be the first of the losers in this round.
Flo from Loading is also out. Shoko, as well as out. Yog, surprisingly so, is out. And what's not surprising is that most players are just going for the safe, right? It is just a lot more
safe.
It's just better. It's just better to go for it. You're only losing maybe 2 seconds going for it.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe 2, 3.
Yeah, and I mean, getting that risky first try, we've barely seen it, and we've been on this map for over half an hour now. So I think the safe fin really is the only finish that you want to be going for, maybe barring the last couple of rounds if you want to really try and risk to make the next round. But it is such a risk to go for that risky finish if you are ahead and already in a safe spot.
And the worst part is, is if you are in a spot where you can go for the risky, right? Well, going for the risky takes 5 seconds, right, from the respawn. And so if you fail it, you've just lost 5 seconds. Right? But going from the last checkpoint to the end from the safe finish is 8 seconds-ish, right? And so you have yourself a decision to make, right? Are you willing to try to save 3 seconds, but you have a very high likelihood of failing, right? And if you do fail, you lose time compared to the safe. As simple as that.
That is the conundrum that we face as we are once again looking at those fighting for survival, and Seaful is the first one of those, trying to chase down Jura Jojo, who is about a second or so ahead at the moment as we go onto this black platform water pipe transition and then drop down through the waterfall towards the final section of the track. Is Seaful going to go for the risky here? Although I think someone bonking, one person going to the right for the risky finish. Didn't see who that was, but Seaful is making it in here. And Matrix as well. It must have been Nick Sobi going for that risky finish and failing it immediately. DNFs as well. And that is what it can do. If you don't get it the first time and you're in front, then you will be finding yourself behind.
Oh man, poor Nick Sobi. He's actually a really good driver too. That's the worst part. Really, really good driver. He went for the risky though. And Valar de Par, that is Pork Stealer. No more pork to steal.
Rocking that North Korean flag.
Why wouldn't you? You've stolen all their pork.
Yeah.
That's probably where he stole it from.
Yes. Running away.
Not only is he stating that he committed a crime, he's even telling us where, you know?
You good chap.
18 players still in, and plenty of players from all around, though mostly French. We do see a few players, such as Luckers Turbo, outside of France, still playing around. We've not named him at all, but he's been weirdly consistently, like, not bad, but not good. Like, he's not been towards the top, but he's not been at the bottom at all. And so...
Yeah. I think that's kind of the standard performance that we expect from him. He's definitely a regular here. I think he might even be streaming it himself.
Always does, every week.
But regular top 10 for sure. I've never seen him win one, but I know that he's got quite a few world records on the previous season. He was definitely hunting those tracks quite a bit. As we see Jojo go headfirst into a tree and headfirst into those bottom 4 places. And it does look like he's got quite a way now to make up. And that's just going to exacerbate things even further. Makes it on the second try. And it does get that place back, but I think he is a little bit too far behind now. You really need to be within about 10 seconds of the front runner if you want to have a good chance at getting in and avoiding those dropout places.
Tonix is also on that range here. He's going to turn around, going to go for the risky. He doesn't have the speed, though, and he's yep-treed himself, and there you go. I mean, he was in red, right? That is a normal thing to do when you're on red. You go for it. But I think he was already out by that time. So Seafill once again fills out orange spot with 14th place. And now it's going to be it for the 4 eliminations. We already have ourselves our top 14. And players such as Tonix, Rame, Jojo, and Aramis are not in.
Well, I want to say hello to someone, and that is Heave arriving on the scene with a 106.9 in that round, going third of the top times set since we joined this server about 40 minutes ago. So he is now on form, as we see a couple of mistakes at the start. The biggest one coming from Seafill, apparently, who has respawned. There is someone behind him, though. Never mind. Seafill now firmly at the back of the field.
Yeah, Wynos, pretty good player too. He wasn't going to stay behind him for too long, I think. And looking at his speed right now, he's keeping up with the front runners that are just ahead of him. So he's just looking for mistakes like that one from Liker, which he's going to allow him to overtake. He's now up into the single digits here as Homie and Worker side by side. Let's see. Yeah, they're both in the bottom 2, but they've quickly overtaken 2 players, and now they're out of the red zone.
Yeah, Matrix is the one that's at the back now, and Seafill must have made a mistake or respawned somewhere. Worker and Comey still sticking together, but making up places as a duo.
And going into the final water slide here, there's engine off as well, right? Which is going to make it very hard as Seafill trying his best to gain as much speed as possible. That was actually a perfect turnaround as well from him, but just not fast enough. And obviously, right, with 11 seconds behind, it's not the worst time in the world, right? That would have made it in every other round up until now. But a 108 to win once again for Mean. I mean, Mean's been very consistent in the 108 department.
Yeah,
it shows. And it shows as well that the safe finish is only 3 seconds slower. And because the setup is 5 seconds to go for the risky, then yeah, it is 8 seconds slower. That's why Mean has not gotten himself out of the 107s. He's not going for the risky. He's not trying it anyway.
Yeah, not that we've seen. We did see that he was one of the more consistent ones, so maybe when push comes to shove, if he does end up in those final rounds, which I'm hedging my bets and saying that he could be. He's definitely impressed me so far with how consistent he's managed to be on this map, as Turbo almost finding the wall there, just able to get onto the black plastic. Maybe a respawn? No, it's Yannick's that's all the way at the back. Oh, Lucas Turbo is still at the back, actually. Where has he gone? Zara is now in 11th. Mean is at the back with Lucas Turbo in front. So Zara has got about a 3-second lead. And this could be the end for Turbo. That is a painful one. Not quite able to make it up onto that black platform and finds himself all the way at the back.
Eden driver trying to get himself out of here. Let's see if he goes for the risky. Is he going to go for that risky? He sees the... Ooh, could he have the speed? He saw Zerar, and he's going to overtake him. Zerar is out, and Zerar knows it. He's seen Mean. Oh, he saw Mean overtake him. Oh, how heartbreaking is that? Where you just find yourself with too little speed. You just see your ticket fly past you, and just out of your grasp.
Yeah, I'm wondering where he lost so much speed. Maybe just a bad turnaround, lost too much speed on the dirt. Perhaps if he was slightly sideways coming off of that ice. We see Lucas Turbo helplessly try and get that risky finish. And, you know, he does a lot of RPG and like Wampus style maps. And for him not to be able to get that risky finish really speaks volumes about how hard it really is.
I wouldn't consider this like this is like an easy version of Wampus, right? If Wampus was 0-1, is what I would consider this map, right? As the description said, though, it feels slightly like a Wampus checkpoint-y style, right? And I understand that, and it's quite tough when you first come to learn it. But of course, as we've said, right, that was 40 minutes ago, right? These players have had 40 minutes to play on this map, and by now, most of them are only like within a couple of seconds of each other at the top, and so when you make one mistake, it compounds, right? Heave, Subway, and Mean are at the bottom because of massive mistakes. Same with Maxime. Let's see if any one of those players are gonna go for the risky, though, as Heave makes it up to 7th. I don't think he's gonna go for it. Subway, he might risk it. Do you think he does?
I mean, I think the golden rule at this point is if you're ahead, don't risk. If you're behind, screw it. Why not? You're not gonna get ahead from that slow-mo block. Subway does not go for the risky. Mean is out as well by the look of things. Yeah, he's way out. Dead and Gone is going for that risky finish, but not gonna. He's out. That's it. What was he? 5th in the end. I thought he was one of the top 3, but 5th fastest and one of the most consistent at that risky finish is going to be dropping out in 10th place here. So we do have our top 10 now. Congratulations on your spot on the Liquipedia page. But I'm sure that they all would have wanted more as we advance now to our top 8.
Yeah, I feel bad for the bubble, right? The bubble players who were 11th and 12th, one of them being Turbo, obviously. He's not got his name on the Liquipedia. How sad is that, you know? I mean, for sure, he's done enough gigs, casting-wise, to be on Liquipedia and have his own Liquipedia page and everything. But it's nice to have both, you know, as a caster and a driver, your name on Liquipedia saying, hey, look, I drove this and I casted that.
Well, top 8 now, and we are at the juicy end of things as we see 1 and 2 bonks at the back from Subway and Mac. Subway now finding himself way down at the back of the field again, as we saw previously, and there is a lead pack developing as well. Mac is going to have to try and, oh, never mind, I was going to say try and catch BMX, but 1, 2, 3, 4 respawns, and he's going to be all the way at the back. Even Subway overtaking now, making that next checkpoint, so I think Mac is well and truly dead, and it's still BMX about 2 or 3 seconds in front of Subway for him to try and catch at the end here.
Now, poor Subway, though, one mistake, and everyone's only 2 seconds separated. I kind of want to see this ending, though. Does anyone make a mistake in the ending? And I think Subway's going to hope so here. I think he's got that vibe. Let's see. Do we see any respawns? He's going to go straight backwards? No, he's going to turn around and then go for it. We saw a respawn there, and it wasn't BMX. It was Yannick's, but Yannick's has more speed.
Oh my word, Yannick's just came from out of nowhere despite the respawn and had so much more speed than Subway, who just didn't get the turnaround perfect. So Yannick's saving himself there in slow motion and able to get into the top 6 now.
Very nicely done. Only one player eliminated now. So 5 more rounds of play needed. Who do you got? Heave, Comey, Liker, Worker, Yannick's, or BMX? All these guys are French, so except for Yannick's, but he speaks French, so same deal, right?
Well, it's not going to be Comey. I can tell you that for certain.
Wait, Comey's not French. What am I talking about? Well, he's gone anyway, so everyone else who's still here is French. There you go.
Yeah. My personal money is on Yannick's. Fastest time, always in the lead pack, seems consistent. Had a few wins before. Hold on, some respawns from Heave. Where is Comey? Heave, big crash. Comey, bigger crash. Comey is still out of it, despite Heave's misdemeanors and misfortunes up ahead.
Heave's having fun here. He's bashing his head against a wall. Sounds like Trackmania to me, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, peak Trackmania. Worker's made a few mistakes as well. Maybe realizing that Comey is just full dead and is doing a bit more map learning. It's a very fast transition there. Look at the speed he's carried onto this black platform here. We know the top 5, and it is some very familiar faces, like Yannick's, BMX, Heave, and Worker. I think they've probably all got at least 1 or 2 wins under their belt. Worker going to go for the risky finish here, and does not have the speed, despite what looked like a perfect bug slide into ice slide there. Wow.
Man, that's so hard. You gotta go ultra high up here, right? You can't start the slide too early like that, or else you don't have enough speed. And look at Worker. He's only got 250 speed. I don't think he actually has enough, no matter if he gets the perfect angle here.
Oh, he does.
Just barely.
Amazing. Yeah,
You've been trolled. Yeah, that's...
I was wondering where Comey was there. Worker was just going for that risky. And I didn't know where Comey was, but then it was only after that I saw the DNF.
Okay, yeah. I know he's Swiss, okay, guys? I know he's Swiss. He speaks French. It's the same thing. Same deal. Right? If he was Flemish, right? Or Flemish? How do you say that?
I think it's Flemish, yeah?
Flemish. If he was Flemish, it'd be a different story. Or German, whatever, right? But he's a French Swiss. Same thing.
Worker. Oh, that's a big crash.
Ooh.
Hits the tree straight into the spinner and the pool. So he is now 4 seconds behind after that respawn. He's going to have to do a lot of work, if you pardon the pun, if he wants to get back up and try and survive this round. No crashes in front just yet, as he does make the speed check. Needs to get this turnaround on the ice perfect. Almost clips the tree, but he is going to make it. Just enough speed with that reactor left onto the black platform. That is very fast, as, oh my word, reduces airtime so beautifully. He is catching, still 4.7 behind, only 3 seconds behind BMX, so he is going to need to risk it at the finish, and we have seen him make that risky before, but he's going to need to get it first time here if he wants any chance of getting in, although I think it might be too late. Even if he makes it here, he's going to be out, and he's not going to make it. Worker falls in 5th place.
Sad for him.
Oh, come on, man. He makes it second time.
Second try lucky, but not lucky enough to still be in. So, yeah, once upon a time, I speak fake French, right? Therefore, I do not speak French. Any French person will tell you I do not speak French. As Liker, he does not speak Trackmania. Any wall will tell you that he just crashed into it. So,
wait, Yannick's? What happened to Yannick's?
Too.
I did
so 2
not
mistakes
see.
here early on.
Yeah, Yannick's is arguably the fastest player out of the remaining 4, though. So he might be able to come back. There is a mistake from Leica as well. So Yannick's immediately gifted back 3rd place, and now it is Leica with it all to do. Yannick's taking a very low jump there and has so much speed compared to his other racing compatriots. Leica has a bit more speed than Heave here, but Heave gets that reactor boost and off he goes over the hill. So it is still anyone's game at this point, I feel.
Predictions, guys. 30 seconds left into the predictions. You have Yannick's, BMX, Liker, or Heave. I don't if you have BMX, you're kind of trolling. And if you put any money on Worker, then you're trolling even more because he's already out.
Well, BMX is going to need to risk the finish here. He's not got the best transition either. I think he might have even, like, crashed the ice there. He looked like he got an axle pen. So that is going to be BMX out. There were mistakes there from Yannick's and Leica early on, but ultimately BMX making more of them. So we have our top 3, Yannick's, Heave, and Leica. My money, personally, is on Yannick's. I think we'll probably get a Yannick's and Heave final. Heave seems to be the more consistent. Yannick seems to be faster. Leica, definitely more inconsistent than the other 2 as things stand.
Alright. Heave, Liker, Yannick's. That's your top 3 so far. Is Yannick's gonna win again? That'd be boring, wouldn't it? I don't want to see something... be predictable, there you go. Heave's been doing really good, though, as well. Not as consistent, but pretty good. So let's see. Liker, currently in 3rd. Currently in the red, though still in that fight behind by 3/10 on the leader. That is Heave as they head onto the water. Very nice jump for everyone, especially for Yannick's more inside, and so he'll save those 0.2 of a second there, side by side, and well, Yannick's will take the lead away as Liker's going to go more inside, and he's going to clip. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
That's GG.
Had to risk it, didn't he? The other two were driving so consistently. I was wondering if we were going to get our first non-crash round here, but knew that he was about a second behind on pace, so had to full risk. Heave turning around as well as Yannick, and wait, Heave?
Risky.
Heave? What are you doing, Heave? Oh my god, that is an absolute giga chat of a move. 106.9 from Heave. Risky Finn first try. Practicing for that grand final, maybe.
Oh boy. Does that make you sweat if you're Yannick?
It has to. Yannick, even if he's in front now, he might even feel like, okay, I have to risk. What do you do? It's literally going to be like a game of 4D chess. Who goes for the risky and who doesn't?
Oh boy. Yeah, because if you go for it and fail, and the other player goes for the safe, that's it, right? They've won. But are you willing to risk that, right? Are you going to risk it by going on the safe finish? Or are you going to risk it by going on the risky finish? I think whoever's in second, right? And if they see that they're behind by too much, they'll go for risky. But I also think that you can tell what position... Oh no,
it's over. That has to be over. I saw there that Heave had so much speed, and it was, in fact, too much. Yannick just has to cruise home now, but it is so easy to make a mistake on this map. I don't feel like we can call it until Yannick is right in the finish, but you would have to think now he's not going to go for the risky, just going to go for that safe strat. Nice high jump as well to make sure he makes the quarter pipe. And really, all he has to do now is just press forward once he gets off this ice. And Yannick cruising to victory through the slow-mo block. And Yannick winning the 5th round of Season 2 of Mini RPG of the Week.
And that's Heave trying his best. No one predicted Heave in the predictions. BMX, Liker, and Heave were the favorites. Yannick, not so much so. No one put channel points on him. And so, no one gains anything. Everyone loses. You do not collect from go to jail.
I won. I predicted Yannick.
Did you predict Yannick?
Not in Twitch chat, but verbally.
Oh, no, I meant in Twitch chat. I meant in Twitch chat.
I could have been a rich man.
You could have put your money where your mouth is.
Yep, I don't have Twitch chat open. Sag.
Sag, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for episode 5 of season 2 of Mini RPG of the Week. Orion, what are your thoughts on today?
That was a crazy map. That is the hardest map I've casted or played. And we did see a couple of players in the chat, if you were reading that as well, saying how difficult it was, especially that ending. We saw Turbo after he went out, just flabbergasted by how difficult it was. And we did see people making it, though. We questioned at the start whether this was made pre-ice patch. We're still not sure on that. You think it was? Okay.
I think it was. No one was within a second of author time.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
And so
that would have affected the bobsleigh blocks as well.
Yeah, it's affected the bobsled and just ice in general, right? And water physics.
And water.
And
yeah.
So,
yeah.
So there was a lot of water. There was a lot of ice. So I think that overall, that 1 second difference, right, I think comes from that update specifically. And so I think that that this map was made before the update. And so in that case, right, is it really going to be possible? I want to see someone get that author time. Honestly,
yeah, my money's on Yannick if he goes to hunt it. I know that.
Really?
Yeah, I reckon. I mean, he was the fastest one. He's just won it as well. But I know that Turbo does a lot of RPG hunting, so I can imagine that he'll probably be playing the map, maybe on stream afterwards if he's still live. I know he was live a couple of days earlier, so it'd be interesting to see if he can actually get consistent at it. But as for the actual rounds, really tough map, really punishing. And the top players actually did so well to actually get consistent on it by the end there.
Yeah, I agree. Consistency was key, and that's why Yannick has won it all. Ladies and gentlemen, Yannick wins once again. Anything else you want to say before we log off for the night?
That'll be all from me. Thank you very much.
Well, that's going to be it for me as well. I have a wonderful day outside. I just need to do a little bit of snow pelting. I got to take a shovel, put it all in my yard because it's snowing like crazy. And so I'll be doing that, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. See you all next week. here on the Nua Lake channel.